How does our engineer have 93?
Hello everybody, today I wanted to go through a recent game I played attacking on Badwater as Engineer. I feel this game is a good opportunity to showcase how switching your loadout and Engineer depending on the state of the game can be really effective, rather than just throwing yourself into the proverbial meat grinder trying to DM people like I normally do. Not to say that DMing people is bad as Engineers, you'll see later I get a decent amount of kills fighting power classes in this match, but early on I saw my team push up the hill on the right side, so I wanted to capitalize on that push by flanking up the left cliff. Right here, I saw I had the demo man's attention, so I decided to DM him. Since I had my mini sentry set up, and I'm pretty good with my shotgun, I was pretty confident I'd be able to take him out. I think this decision really paid off, as you'll see I was able to make a few picks and deny the enemy a spot to retreat to, which ended up in us dropping this soldier and medic duo right here. Right here, I saw our medic getting targeted by that demo knight. I have no clue why he decided to go after my mini sentry instead of just taking the medic pick, but it worked out for us in the end. Sentries really should be seen first and foremost as an area denial tool and a weapon second. We did a pretty good job clearing the first point right here, so I decided to take the time to build a dispenser. Dispenser's great to set up when you can. It heals, possibly the entire team, resupplies soldiers and demo men, which is great, and it gives me a little bit more metal to play around with. Right here, I think I tried going back to the cart, and then I saw the outline underneath the ground, and I figured, you know what, I'll run back over to my team, smack my dispenser a few more times, and wait for that cart to get a little bit closer before I push it. I didn't want to go too far away from my stuff, just in case a spy came and sapped that dispenser, which honestly really would have set me back. Right here was a good time to help my team out a little bit, the objective, push the cart a little bit faster. I really wanted to go up and set up on the roof area, but this enemy team decided to set up on the second point after they realized we wouldn't be able to retake the first point. And as an attacking engineer, I like securing the roof on Badwater to prevent and delay Red from taking control of it, since this point is one of the harder points in the map to push into. So instead, I kept my setup on first, trying to control the only flank Red has and protect our staging area. So to help out holding that flank, I keep showing my presence, trying to fight whoever I see in that flank right there. Possibly even bait somebody out into my mini sentry where I can get a quicker kill. Right here, I decided to make a long trip back to spawn, set up my teleporter, because I see a few of my team members are dying, and on the second point, it's a little bit more important to get that teleporter set up. Really isn't a whole lot of spots you can place a teleporter when you're attacking the first point, but I see that my mini sentry went down, so I did my best to try and quickly get it back online. Right here, I want to do a little bit of recon on the roof, see what I could do, but the spy body blocked me. I ended up getting killed by the soldier, which sucked, because I really wanted to go up there, start DMing, see what I can possibly do up there. Up there, using the air conditioning vent is a pretty good spot if you're playing an offensive engineer to try and just harass that red engineer. Sometimes you can even bait them in front of their sentry, get the sentry to kill themselves, which is pretty cool. But right here, right now, my main priority is keeping that teleporter alive. It's doing a pretty good job at keeping constant reinforcements towards the cart, but at level 1 it wasn't doing a whole bunch, so I really wanted to keep that up. And I noticed that my sentry was dead, so I switched over to the Jag, because having a level, even just a level 1 sentry is pretty good. Level 1 sentries have better stats than a mini sentry, so it's going to do a lot better of a job keeping that flank right there secure. And I saw in the corner of my eye through the little doorway that one of my teammates just died, so it might have been a good idea to set that sentry up, let our medic escape possibly if someone decided to push him. And right here, level 2 sentry is going to do way better at keeping this flank secure. It gives our team a fallback line if they're getting pushed too hard. They can always retreat and have my now level 3 sentry fuck them up. Unfortunately, that pyro that ran past just as it was doing the upgrade animation, so he didn't die. But I see my team pushing, so I decided to be a hero, try and push that roof with them. I backed off because I'm a little bit of a pussy. I didn't want to die just yet. But as always, I want to keep my presence in the area known. Again, possibly bait out any enemies. And I saw this really obvious spy. There's one thing I fucking hate in this game. It is spies. Spies are like the bane of my existence. You got some guy at the kunai running around, you know. Can't kill him. His teammates don't know they'll turn around. But I saw that heavy and medic Uber into my nest, and I knew it was time to get out. And just throw myself with the cart, tap a little bit. I don't think I was able to, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Thankfully, he only took out my sentry. I believe I did get a decent amount of healing off this dispenser. And again, the dispenser's a tool for the engineer as much as it is for the team, so keeping that alive really is paramount. I would say second to keeping your sentry alive, depending on the situation. But again, I kind of want to hold this point for my team, so gotta get the sentry back up, gotta get a level back up. And this might be a little bit of a obscure fact, but if you stand on top of your dispenser as engineer, it only works with your dispenser, but if you're staying on the top of it, you actually get metal twice as fast. I want to say it's because of a hitbox issue. You're clipping into the dispenser, and I don't think the game knows how to react, so it just gives you double metal. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with healing. You still got to heal at the regular rate, but you know, it is what it is. But I saw my team push up onto the roof, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to possibly help secure it. Bring my sentry up really helped, so ran back down the stairs, grabbed it, started making my way back up. But like I said, I fucking hate spies, and I got backstabbed while clearing the building. Thankfully, though, we were pretty close to capping right here, and we did end up capping, even without that sentry up on the roof. But our team still is fighting to get control of the roof right now, so that sentry would have helped. So instead, I decided to put a sentry right here, watch the cart, being a little bit more wary of spies. Right now, I'm playing a little bit more passively than I normally do on engineer attacking. I like sticking with the gunslinger, I like having the mini sentries, and I like having that extra bit of health that it gives you. And level 1 sentries are a bit more of an investment than a mini sentry. Not crazy amount, I mean it's 130 metal versus 100, but right here I want to move my sentry up, create a safe haven for our team, and it was a pretty good spot I decided to place. I was able to get that kill on that demo man who was flying through the air. Thankfully I killed him because those bullets would have just pushed him closer to his team. He might have been able to get away, but I set it up probably just in time. Right here, my sentry got the attention of the spy, and I tried chasing him down, but I gave up. I decided to save my sentry instead. It was more important than getting that kill. And I got it just in the nick of time, thankfully. It was on like 10 health. And I kind of had to drop my dispenser right there because I saw that spy running up. I wanted to try and stop him, but, you know, it is what it is. And right here, I decided to go back and get my teleporter. It's important to keep your teleporter close. Save your team some walking distance while keeping that pressure up. And right here, this demo man tried charging into me. He probably would have killed me if that sentry didn't help me out, get that last bit of damage. But that's why it's important to be pretty good with your shotgun aim. A lot of practice went into me getting halfway decent at it. I'm not great, but I do pretty well. But now that we capped the third point, it was a good time to move my sentry up, try and keep that sentry in the action. This, again, is going to prevent any enemies from just steamrolling us back to spawn. But the sentry is only one piece of the puzzle. Right here I decided to completely rebuild my teleporter. It's not worth running all the way back to first spawn to go move that. And as you can see right there, that soldier got stuck in that sign. Pretty unfortunate timing. I might have been the cause of that actually, because where that dispenser was placed. But, you know, time to move my dispenser up, keep my team, you know, healed and fed with ammo. I don't know why I waited so long to get this teleporter up. Honestly, I should have done that before I moved everything else up. But, you know, learning experience for me. Sentry went down pretty quick, though, because I wasn't around to heal. So I'll try to get that place down as quick as I can. Try and defend my team a little bit. And while level 1 sentry does do a decent chunk of damage, I gotta get that back up to level 3 because at this point specifically, when the red team pushes, they go all in. And I really do need that extra bit of health and chip damage against them. So I'm just smacking away, upgrading that. But now it's time to upgrade my teleporter, especially after almost half our team dies right here. We really only had 3 soldiers and me holding the spot, so it was pretty important to get that upgraded so when that respawn wave happened, all my teammates can come back and reinforce. And I also decided to move my sentry into a more active position. I really like this spot, especially attacking. This spot does a really good job at keeping the sentry safe while also watching this choke point right here. And this is one of the worst choke points in this map. Unfortunately, my teleporter did go down, but thankfully my whole team was able to use it before it died. And as you can see, that sentry spot's paying dividends. I got like 3 or 4 kills right there. I like attacking as engineer. Probably shouldn't have done that because I got 1 shot by that soldier. But it gives me a good opportunity to go back to spawn, build that teleporter entrance, try and keep my infrastructure alive a little bit. So that's what I'm doing right here. Just getting that teleporter entrance built. And I don't know if you heard, but in the voice chat, one of my teammates told me I had a pretty good sentry spot. You know, so I like to pat myself on the back a little bit for that one. I didn't invent that by any means, but I love putting my sentry up there, even attacking. If I have another engineer watching down below, I like putting that. Just try and discourage anybody from flanking, getting to our spawn. But I swap to the rescue ranger. Since it is pretty far away, I'm not really going to be able to heal at my wrench, but it didn't really matter too much. I was able to get 1 more kill before it went down. But that rescue ranger is going to be key later on, as you see. I did pretty good with it, not to toot my own horn, but right now it's time to go back to the engineer grind set, upgrade my sentry, try and be a little bit more aware of spies. My teammate's calling out spy medic, so start shooting at the heavy, of course. I think their spy was using the Yurt Eternal Reward. Pretty good knife, I like using it, but this is a video about engineer, so we're going to talk about engineer. Damn, spy went for my teleporter again. Really important to keep that alive. Went for my sentry, had to keep that alive as well. It really is a full-time job babysitting these buildings. And that demo man tried out strafing my sentry. I think I decided to body block him to try and stop that movement so my sentry could finally kill him. But, you know, got to put that sentry back where it was. It got enough kills there, and it's been gone long enough that I'm pretty sure the enemy forgot it existed. Because as you know, people in Team Fortress 2 don't look up ever. But right here, I'm trying to snipe that dispenser, try and get a little bit of heals off on it because it was hurt. But I think my teammates are eating my shots, which pretty infuriating thing that happens in this game sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. And right here, my team tries pushing up, so try to support them, but ate a rocket. Some of my teammates died right there. So it's time to get out of there, heal up, restock. But I am trying to scope out that area, see if I can make any plays. Fortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it a whole lot because they have a engineer nest set up down there, I'm pretty sure. So, engineer's a pretty squishy class, especially when you're not using the gunslinger. Spy decided to sap all my shit. And personally, I think the right player here would have been going for my teleporter first. Dispenser is pretty important to keep the team alive, but I was being a little bit selfish there. I liked having the easy source of metal, easy source of healing. And to be fair, the dispenser is healing the rest of my team as well. But right play probably would have been keeping that teleporter alive because now I got to make the long trip all the way back to spawn to place that entrance because the teleporter is probably the second most important building, especially when attacking. But that's the life of an engineer, you know? If you build it, they're going to come and destroy it, so you got to make sure you're always replacing your buildings when you can. And a level 1 teleporter, again, doesn't do much, so got to get it upgraded. And it looks like I built that just in time as my team right here started respawning. So they didn't have to walk all the way back to the battle, unlike that one demo man who I guess felt the need to. But right here, I'm pretty polite, you know, I decided to let that demo man take the teleporter first. Not that I needed to take it anytime soon. All my buildings are at full health. Nothing crazy's going on. But I do see our team making a big push. So I'm going to try and possibly look for a spot I can move my stuff up to onto the flank. I saw a soldier, so I dipped out of there. But right here we see that sentry spot is absolutely amazing for keeping this choke point held down by blue. You really can't attack it without taking some damage yourself. And right here, I'm just firing into the abyss, hoping someone walks into my bolts. Wanted to tap that cart though, because it was going back, and every inch on this last point really matters. But decided to switch to the Eureka effect, just because my teleporters were dying a lot. It's also going to allow me to teleport to my exit without having to take this teleporter recharge away from somebody. So, would have helped if that soldier was not AFK, but he was probably changed his loadout like I was. One thing that does suck with the Eureka effect, it is pretty slow when you're building. I mean, the hit speed is slower than the Jag, of course, but on the other hand, you also do not get a lot of metal back from your dispensers. So, I like to make use of its main gimmick, which is teleporting back to spawn, getting free metal, just so I don't have to sap away too much metal from my dispenser. But right here, a big push was coming, so I decided to retreat my sentry until I can get it built back up to level 3. I think they cleared away that push, so again, I'm putting it up in that cheesy little spot, because as you just saw, the second that sentry goes down, that choke point gets cleared up, and allows red to push us way easier. And right here, I'm trying not to, of course, get murdered by this heavy who has it out for me for sure. Even had crits there, so it was a good thing I retreated. So I'm going to wait for some of the heat to get taken off of me to put the sentry back down. I don't want it to get shot up before I'm able to upgrade it back to level 3. But, of course, that's what happens. So I just decided to pick it up. It's a fun fact that Blueprint is invincible unless you're killed yourself. So just waited for that heavy to back off and decided to do something better with his life. Heal it up a little bit. But I get a call out from my team that all their sentries are down, so it was a good time to push my sentry up. And I dropped it here just to do a little bit of recon, hold this hut, see if I can push it up any further. So I see a whole bunch of people die. Decide it's a good time to put my sentry in a pretty aggressive spot. And right here, this heavy medic duo take out pretty much everybody on the cart. And of course I got the worst shotgun to DM with, so I had to switch to my pistol. But even though it's the worst shotgun to DM with, it is the best shotgun for healing my sentry when it's 20 feet above me. And keeping this sentry alive was pretty paramount to our success right here. I was able to clear everybody out. I think it took out their other sentry too. And our team was thankfully able to perform pretty textbook pub push. Definitely in part of my sentry, not to pat myself in the back too much, but I think it did a pretty good job at supporting us. And as you can see, the beginning of the video was a little bit misleading. I only got 88 points as engineer, but, you know, maybe I lied a little bit for, you know, the YouTube. But that's it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this type of content, let me know, and I might continue it. Thanks, bye.